Welcome to Progressive Short Takes. I'm your host, Joe Firestone. In this short take, I want to talk about how in politics our expectations are often thwarted, and more specifically, how if Bernie had been the nominee of the Democratic Party, it's very likely that he would be in landslide territory at this point, whereas Joe Biden is basically fighting for a polling lead that is in landslide territory. So it's beginning to look like the idea that Joe Biden was more electable than Bernie Sanders was, as many of us thought, a very mistaken idea. Now, why do I say that? Well, the reason why is because but going into the nomination and in the spring, it was felt that Trump was going to be very weak among the young voters and very weak among the Latinos specifically, and that Biden would be much stronger within these groups. It was also believed that but Trump was going to be very, very strong with seniors. That was even his core constituency, it was thought, but that Biden would not be as strong among seniors. Now, in the Democratic Party, of course, Biden was stronger with seniors than Sanders was. But it was felt this was going to turn around, in the general election. Well, most probably due to COVID, what we're seeing now in the polls is that Biden is actually beating Trump when it comes to polling among seniors. That seniors are no longer the core constituency, of Trump. That seniors have been turned around by the failures of Trump in managing COVID-19. On the other hand, we see Biden underperforming what was expected among specifically Latinos. It was felt he was going to do a lot better there than Trump, but Trump is now exhibiting at least some strength, and Biden, is underperforming. For example, in the Miami-Dade County area, but Joe Biden, according to recent polling, has a lead of roughly 17 points. But in order to win Florida, what Joe Biden is said to need in terms of a margin in Miami-Dade is roughly 30 points. So Joe Biden is clearly underperforming there, in large part because he's underperforming among the Cuban population relative to expectations. But some of the other groups are not coming out for him in the same numbers either. And in a variety of other states, he is underperforming somewhat as well. For example, Nevada, Arizona. He seems to be overperforming better in New Mexico, among Hispanics. But as I say, there are a number of states in which he is not performing well. This is not good, and the reason why it is not good is because we may have a number of states which will be decided by the Latino vote in the general election, in November. Not only Arizona, not only Texas, not only New Mexico, not only Florida, but even North Carolina and Pennsylvania could well be decided by the Latino vote. So it's important that Joe Biden not be underperforming in these areas. But to get back to one of the main points, okay, of this particular video, if Bernie Sanders had been nominated by the geniuses at the DNC, or at least if he had had their neutrality and they hadn't tried to fix things for Joe Biden, and so Bernie had been the winner of the primary contest, then it's almost certain that Bernie, advocating for Medicare for all, would be doing just as well as Biden, if not better, among seniors, because the same dissatisfaction would be there, okay, among seniors. But it's also probable that outside of the state of Florida, perhaps, that Bernie would be showing much stronger among the Latino populations. Certainly, Nevada would not have the Trump support, okay, that it apparently has, okay, at this point. And Texas would not have the Trump support that it apparently has, okay, at this point. And in some of the other states where Trump is overperforming, okay, among Latinos, or Biden, okay, is underperforming, certainly Bernie would be doing better there. Perhaps this would make as much as 4 to 5 points difference in the polling right now. So Bernie might well be 13 to 15 points ahead of Donald Trump, okay, at this point, and about to put Donald Trump away. About to put him away, especially since Bernie would be striking Trump much more strongly on his mismanagement of COVID, both in terms of the economic aspects of COVID and also in terms of the healthcare aspects of COVID, okay, as well. So I think this is an irony. I think the switch we're seeing in demographic support is something that was not expected, but that it gives the lie to the electability hypothesis, which was so important in actually denying the nomination to Bernie Sanders. So that's it for this progressive short take. I'll be back shortly with another one. Thank you for coming.